Hey, what's up? It's Jetman again. Once again, live on a Tuesday night at 9:30, and bringing to you another rankings, my favorite rankings show. And tonight we're gonna rank my 20 favorite 1980s cartoons. And this is something I had to really think about because I couldn't remember all of them in my head, but then I Googled them and I remembered them. So thank God I got 20. There might be some ones that may seem a little weird, but I remember them from when I was a kid. And be sure to leave a comment, hit the like, smash the like button, and the subscribe button if you haven't yet. And remember, once I hit 200 subscribers, I'm going to do a giveaway. I have a blowtorch, GI Joe classified blowtorch figurine. I'm going to give away once I hit 200 subs. So remember to hit that subscribe button and smash the like button. And well, why don't we just get right into it? And so this is my 20 favorite 1980s cartoons, and most of them were on Saturday mornings. When I was a kid, that's what I did on Saturday mornings until I got too old. And my dad made me go out and rake leaves or shovel snow or something. So number 20, I don't have any pictures to show you because I haven't yet mastered slideshows or PowerPoint, and this is an iPad, so it's hard. And I had pictures I saved from Facebook, but I can't use them because I don't know who they're from, and I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube or Facebook and people, and I don't. So I'll just tell you the show and talk about it in a little bit. And so number 20 on the list might be kind of funny, but I remember watching it as a kid, and that's Jim Henson's Muppet Babies. If you remember the Muppet Babies, they were Jim Henson's Muppets, like Kermit, Miss Piggy, Foggy Bear, and all of them. And but they were babies, and you never saw the mother. You never saw the nanny or the mother, whoever it was. But they were baby. They were all babies. And as a kid growing up, it was cute and it was funny, and I liked the Muppets when I was a kid. So that's number 20. And what is this? Oh God, what is this? Yeah. What's up, Bobby? Thanks for stopping in. I remember it. Yeah. You're right about that. Yeah. I didn't know if it was a nanny or a mother or something, but yeah. But that she just leave the room and leave him be, for however long it was on TV. So it was cute. It was funny. Animal was even didn't even walk. He was still in the crib. So that was funny. So number 19 is probably, I don't know, it was the latest version of this cartoon, but I believe it was in the late 80s. It was called The 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, and there was no Fred and Velma. It was just Shaggy, Daphne, Scooby, a little kid who talked to Vincent Price in a crystal ball. I don't know if Scrappy was in it or not. He was annoying. So, but it was the latest version. It only had one season. Then they had a movie at the end, which brought back Fred and Velma, apparently. And I just remember it. That's when I remember. I think the other ones were in the 70s. I saw reruns of those, but that's the one I remember watching Saturday mornings. Yeah, you're probably right. If I don't really remember it, but I remember watching it. But Vincent Price, probably one of the last things he did before he died. Vincent Price. Maybe that's why it went off the air, because he died, passed away. But yeah, He was the voice of some guy the kid talked to in the crystal ball. Um, but that's number 19. I don't have to talk about that. But number 18 is one I think was underrated, and I don't know if they can bring back the toys. I know they had toys because I think I had one, but it was the Bionic 6. It's about a family of superpowered, and there was a father. There was a big robot. There was the kids that liked baseball, and I think that's the one I had as a toy, but I liked it. It was called Bionic 6. Yeah. This is me too, Dan. Thanks for stopping in. I actually got this idea from Casey Wheeler. He runs podcast from the pit, and but he has to work early in the morning, so he couldn't jump on with me. But shout out to Casey podcast from the pit. But yeah, I love 80s cartoons. But Bionic 6, I remember it fondly. I liked it. I mean, I don't know how many seasons it ran, maybe one or two, but it was a fun cartoon. And number 17, I'll probably get ostracized for this but I wasn't a big fan. But as a kid, I was. But number 17 on the list is Transformers, the 80s cartoon. I was big into Transformers as a kid. I had them. I had some of the great ones. But as I got older and I saw the movies crushed it for me. The live action movies. I liked the 86 movie with it was a cartoon that killed Optimus Prime and forbade G.I. Joe to kill Duke. But now, right, yeah, you could be. I haven't really checked it if it was on Tubi or not, but and I liked it. And Transformers is 17, and I just, as a kid, I liked the cartoon, and I had Transformers as a kid, but now I basically hate them. The movies kind of did it for me. I was actually going to watch the Bumblebee movie, and I just didn't think it'd be worth watching, even though I like Haley Steinfeld. But it just, but the cartoon was good. I mean, and the movie. But if they hadn't killed Optimus Prime, they would have killed Duke. But number 16, the Thundercats. Oh, I watched the cartoon as a kid. And I wasn't a big fan of Thundercats, but I did watch this cartoon. I thought it was good. I like, my favorite Thundercat was Tigra and Panthro. They were my favorite, and I loved the Vulture was my favorite villain on the show. I thought he was cool, and I was actually thinking about picking him up. The Super 7 one, but I got to cut back on some toys so I can't just cherry pick ones I like except for Stratos. I want Stratos, but Thundercats were cool. I tried to get into the one that Disney XL or whatever brought back, but I couldn't get into it. And I don't even know if it was on very long, but it wasn't the same. So number 15 is based on a movie, but is the real Ghostbusters cartoon, not the first one, that the real ones from the people from the movie. Thunderbolt Travels. Well, we'll get there. I know Thundercats and Transformers are kind of low on my list, but I just got other ones higher, and you might see He-Man on the list. I don't know. I'm not going to spoil anything. You never know. But the real Ghostbusters, I thought it was funny. I mean, I don't actually know if the actors from the movie did the voices. I don't think they did. But I thought it was funny. I mean, it kind of continuations of the movies. I thought it wasn't too corny, but it was good. I don't know how many seasons it ran, but I didn't like the other Ghostbusters cartoon. This one was Ghostbusters. So then number 14. Now don't laugh, but is the Adventures of the Gummy Bears. Bouncing here and there and everywhere. Everywhere. And the Gummy Bears. Hey, Dreadnought K6, what's up? Thanks for stopping in. We're on number 14, The Adventures of the Gummy Bears. And then it was corny. It was Disney. It was corny, but you know, I had the stuffed animals as a kid, and I thought it was cool. The guy that always. Oh, really? That cool. That Bobby. That's cool. I didn't know that. That's cool. That's really cool. Actually, yeah, cool. I used to watch Gummy. Yeah, see, Gummy Bears. I thought it was cool. I mean, you know, drink juice. You can bounce around. You know, get out of the way of the villains. You know. I always wanted some Gummy Bear juice. Yeah. Never mind. I think I'm wrong about that. There's some kind of tie into the cartoon of the ghost of Egon. Oh well, yeah. That's all right. I don't really know it. I think it's kind of cool if it was. I'm not real sure, but that's kind of cool though. And those snorkel Smurfs. Huh. Yeah. I forgot what that was called. Yeah, but I like the Gummy Bears, bouncing here and there and everywhere. But yeah, don't worry. Same here, Dreadnought K6. I'm getting older now. I'm 50, so I'm losing some memories. But number 13 is the old Ewoks cartoon. I mean, if you know me, and I'm a big Ewok fan, and so the cartoon when I used to watch as a kid, it was cute, it was corny, but I love the Ewoks. You know, they actually had real voices. They didn't just. But yeah, I like the Ewoks cartoon. It was corny and funny, but I love the Ewoks, so I had to watch it. You know, I think you actually can rewatch it on Disney Plus, of course. I haven't yet. But and they got the Ewok live action movies on there too. So number 12 is another furry alien, and that's the animated Elf series that was on. I love Elf. And I got to get one of those NECA Elf figurines because I didn't hear. Yeah, I got 2 stuffed Wickets on my bed right now. I have a Build-A-Bear that a friend sent me, and then I got the one I had when I was a kid. So yeah, and I got 3 Black Series that they brought out, Tebow, Wicket, and Papaloo. Waiting for the other ones. Doubt we'll get them, but yeah, but and then number 12. Yeah, and the next one on the list, Elf. I love Elf. I love the live action show. I thought that was great. I think it got way too less of seasons. I don't even remember how I don't even remember how the show ended. The Elf show ended. But the cartoon I thought was funny that he was on Melmac. So I don't know. It could have been a prequel, or it was funny. So Water Smurfs. That's funny. Nice. So then number 11, which I didn't know this was an 80's cartoon. I thought it was 70's, but I think it was. I think it said it was Hanna-Barbera, and that's Thunder the Barbarian with his 2 cohorts. I'm not sure if there was any. I can't remember. The cartoon, but I'm not. I want to say there could have been in a cartoon. I don't know. Then again, I don't know because of PETA. I don't know. They probably not, but I don't remember Dreadnought. But number 11 is Thunder the Barbarian, which I didn't know was an '80s cartoon. But there's a cartoon that needs a toy line to come out now, and 6-inch because I probably would get Thunder. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Oh, okay. Interesting. But if they made a Thunder the Barbarian toy line right now, I'd probably get the main ones. I love Thunder the Barbarian. He kind of reminded me of a space He-Man with his. If anybody out there in the chat remembers his two partners, the girl and the Chewbacca type monster. I don't remember their names, but they were cool too. I would get those three if they came out with a toy line. Unless it was Super 7, I don't know, but 6-inch preferably. But Dreadnought, sadly, Voltron didn't make my list. I was never a big Voltron fan, so sorry about that. But number 10, we're in the top 10, and number 10 is Everybody's Fat Cat Who Loves Lasagna, the Garfield cartoon. I'm a big Garfield fan. I had the books when I was a kid and read them, and I used to. Okay, Eva Dookie, thanks. Thanks for stopping in. How you doing for a third time? but yeah, smash that like button. Hey, James Lucas, thanks for stopping in. We're on number 10. It's Garfield. I love Garfield, and when I was in, I think it was 3rd grade, a bunch of my friends and when they wouldn't do anything in class, they used to teach us how to draw Garfield and Odie. It was really cool, and so I kind of remember how to draw him, his eyes and stuff. But yeah, I was a big Garfield fan. Read the books, the cartoon. I'm probably one of the rare ones that like the Bill Murray movies. Funny enough that is, but the second one was kind of lame, but the first one was okay. But I don't think Bill Murray really wanted to do the second one, but that's what I heard. But it is what it is. And this next one, number 9, is I didn't know this was an '80s cartoon. Thought it was '70s, but I love it. Is it said, "What's up, Jetman? What's up, Lunchbox? Sorry. How you doing? Thanks for stopping in." But number 9 is the Super Friends, and it said it came out in 1980. I don't know if it was a different iteration of it, but I had to put on it because I love the Super Friends, and I didn't know it started in 1980 unless it's a different version. Maybe the '70s one was the one with Wonder Dog, and the '80s one was the one with Gleek and the twins. But yeah, Super Friends is on there, and well, maybe it was a challenge. Maybe it was the one with the Legion of Doom too. That could be with too bad. And if McFarlane didn't make those Super Friends action figures, I'd probably get a couple, the ones I like. But everyone says McFarlane doesn't make good toys. I don't know. I don't want to get started anything. So they kept changing the name. Okay. Yeah, because I remember one that was called Super Friends: The Story of Superpowers or something. I don't know, but I didn't really. I don't. It featured Firestorm or something, but yeah. Okay, because I remember one with Wendy and Marvin and Wonder Dog, and then there was Zan and Jaina and Gleek, maybe, and then there was the Challenges of Super Friends with the Legion of Doom, which I think is the one I really like the best, because I love Solomon Grundy, and that I love that version of Lex Luthor. If I had a WWE style wrestling match, Jetman versus CCC. Okay, probably on Legend Series, right? LSWA. Oh, so okay, I mean, I might have to look that up. That would be Crimson Cobra Commander. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Yeah, me too. Me too, James. Legion Dude was awesome, and I used to collect the DC Universe classics that had connect and collect, and I was one arm away from building Solomon Grundy, and then that's when I gave away all my figurines to the halfway house, and the only one I needed was Red Robin, and I don't, for some reason, that figurine, for some reason, that Red Robin figurine in that set was ungodly pricing, and I just couldn't afford it, and I just needed I don't know which arm it was for Solomon Grundy, and all I wanted to do was build Solomon Grundy because I loved him. It's my favorite villain of all time between Marvel and DC, and that Red Robin, I didn't even care about the Red Robin figure. I just wanted the arm, and I couldn't find it on eBay loose or anything, and I'd really like to get that Solomon Grundy back because I like those better than McFarlane. For me, that's just my opinion, but yeah, thanks. Born on Monday, yeah. And he was actually in the Gotham TV series on Fox, kind of a different version. That he kind of weird, but it was Solomon Grundy because he kept saying born on Monday. So then number 8, one of the best Marvel TV shows, and if you have never seen it, if you're too young for it, it's on Disney Plus. Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. I loved it. I was a kid with Firestar, Iceman, Spider-Man, and the little dog Firestar. I actually have that Firestar with her dog. I don't have an Iceman, but I like that Secret Wars one. But Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, I love that cartoon. I wish Disney Plus could reboot it. I mean, maybe it might not be the same, but they had some great, another great one, James. And they had some great guest stars. They had Captain America, I think, the X-Men, Sunfire. And I remember there was one with Sunfire, and he had a battle with Firestar. I don't remember who wins. There was one episode. Yeah. There's not much I watch Disney Plus, but I'm a big Marvel MCU fan, so I do that. But I love Amazing Friends. I did watch the 90s Spider-Man, but Amazing Friends was better, I think. But there's one episode of Amazing Friends it was a Halloween episode, and they dressed up as different characters. I think Firestar was Spider-Woman, Iceman was Cap America, and Spider-Man, Peter Parker dressed up like Spider-Man in a Halloween costume. And so when they turned back to themselves, it was just kind of weird, but yeah, there's not much I watch, I think, other than a few things on Disney Plus. But I do like the Marvel Studios and MCU movies and shows, a couple of them. But so number 7 is the old Dungeons and Dragons cartoon, where the kids went on the roller coaster and went into another realm. I liked it. I mean, I didn't realize there was only 2 seasons, and so I liked it. I thought it was cool. I mean, they all had different powers. I recently watched the finale, this series finale on YouTube. I didn't realize that the bad guy was the son of the gatekeeper or whatever he was. But I was actually thinking about picking some of those up because my Ollies here where I live still have those figurines, and I was actually thinking about picking some of them up. But I don't know. I don't know. I'll see. Because they're at Ollie's, I was thinking about picking them up. I don't know. I don't want to get made fun of because I picked them up because they're Ollie's, but Yeah, it was a good show. I like that. I mean, 80s. In the 80s, some people, a lot of things were corny, but I like that show. And that's why I kind of thought maybe picking up those figurines. Yeah, I was thinking of getting them at Ollie's too. Yeah, when they're at Ollie's for like what, $4, $5, why not? You know, um, number six, uh, number six, and number six is the Smurfs. When I was a kid, I was a big Smurfs fan. I always rooted for Gargamel. I thought Gargamel was funny, and Azrael, his cat. Uh, I'm not sure. James Lucas. It might be. I just watched the finale because I never seen the end. They could have been. They could have had all of them. They might also be on Tubi or what's the other one? Pluto. I'm not sure. I've never really looked. I know. Oh, I know. I have a Fire Stick, and I know there was one live channel that all it did was play the Dungeon Dragon cartoon nonstop. So I don't know. I don't have a smart TV. That's why I have a Fire Stick. So that's what comes up, and it says live. A live channel. It just plays continuously through the day. But number six is the Smurfs, and I liked the Smurfs when I was a kid. I don't think I could watch it now. Kind of corny. Yeah, Tubi has a lot of cartoons. They have a lot of, not all the GI Joes, but they have a lot of the GI Joes, and I think they have the Garfield one. I'm not sure about Elf, but I wouldn't doubt if they had Dungeons and Dragons. But I can't sit through the Smurfs now. But when I was a kid, they were cute. I had the little plastic Smurfs that you got at the Hallmark store at the mall. Never had any play sets, but I had a lot of the Smurfs. I had and people I don't know. I've never seen the movies because it just didn't appeal to me. But you forget when you watch the cartoon. In the cartoon, Gargamel created Smurfette, and then Papa Smurf changed her into a good Smurf. So people forget that. But yeah, Gargamel created Smurfette to infiltrate the Smurfs and to find out, where they live and stuff. But as a kid, the Smurfs were fine now. And then number five, I don't know if people remember the show. I liked it. It was kind of like the Smurfs, but different. But it was called the Littles, and they're little people, little people that lived probably there, and they lived in the wall of a young boy and his parents. They lived in the wall, and they were mysterious, and he couldn't tell anybody where they were. It was called the Littles. I actually liked that better than Smurfs. I thought that was funny. And there was a Grandpa Little, and there was one. And I think they were a family. They had a mother and a father, and they were siblings. And then they had a grandfather, and then the boy that lived in the house saw them and became their friend. And there was one goofball Little, and then two of his siblings, two younger siblings. And I want to say they made a live action movie back in the early '90s, but it didn't do anything. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of something different, but I liked the Littles. It was better than that might be a 2B2. I liked it better than Smurfs. I never really Googled it to see if it was on Amazon or anything. But number four, and I think it was Dan Alton. Number four. Here's He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, and I'm including She-Ra, Power Princess, with that in number four because they were connected crossover cartoons, and because I watched them both, brother and sister, and but He-Man. When I was a kid, there's nothing better than that Filmation He-Man. I mean, nowadays, if I can watch it now, I can sit through it, and it is kind of corny, but every once in a while you need corny in your life. That's why I watch stuff like the He-Man cartoon and the Dolph Lundgren movie. I mean, guilty pleasures. But yeah, I love that Filmation cartoon. So I think that I believe the He-Man Filmation cartoon is on Netflix. I'm not sure about Tubi, but so I remember a couple years ago I started watching it again. Yeah, I have the power. Yeah, yeah, I have the power. Yeah, and what I find weird is I recently rewatched the Dolph Lundgren movie because it was on YouTube, and I never realized there was a post credit scene at the end of the movie. So I mean, back then, they didn't have post credit scenes, so you didn't know to stay. And I watched it again on YouTube, and I found out about it. I was like, oh my god, that's weird. They could have done a sequel. But yeah, I mean, She-Ra. I mean, I of course I liked He-Man better, but She-Ra, I did watch She-Ra because it was connected. It was a brother and sister. I didn't know many of the characters. I knew the main ones like She-Ra and Hordak, and I know that there was a pretty boy guy like a male version of Tila, but I don't know his name. And there was a rainbow guy that was like Orko and stuff, but that's all I really knew. Hordak was good. Mean, I think Bo. Okay, and I remember when they did a crossover with He-Man. Did Hordak work with Skeletor, or did he know Skeletor? I don't actually remember. But I would have liked to seen one where they worked together to stop both of them, but I don't know if they ever did that. That would have been cool. Oh. Tired. But yeah. So I like He-Man. So now we're in the top 3. These are my smash the like button. Yep, thanks, Evil Dookie. And number 3, my top 3. Number 3 was Mask. I really like the Mask cartoon. I could still. That was one of my favorite theme songs of the cartoons, and yeah, it was. I liked. I was really upset that I know it would have been expensive, but I would have liked to seen a 6-inch Mask figurine when they announced the Mask figurines. I wish they made them 6-inch because I collect 6-inch. I could have fit them in my classified, but I understand because the vehicles would be so big, and that's why a lot of the vehicles at GI Joe they don't make. But it would have been nice to have 6-inch. I think that would have been cool to fit in. But I liked Mask. I always wanted the Boulder Hill playset, but I never had it. I had the Rhino, and I think it was the Condor. It was the motorcycle and the helicopter. Yes, it was Evil Dookie. It was a perfect combo of Joes and Transformers. And basically, I think they're all connected in some way. They were going to make a crossover movies like the MCU with all 3 of them, but so that would have been cool, I guess. But we'll see. I don't know. Number 2, Mask was on. Yeah, Mask was awesome. Yeah, I liked Mask. It's too bad they couldn't make them 6-inch now, but I understand why they didn't because they're so big. But and number two was number 2 is Silverhawks. I love the Silverhawks. They were my Thundercats. I love the Silverhawks. I have one of the Super 7s. I have the Copper Kid. I just haven't. I can't. I can only buy so much at a time because I don't get a lot of money. So, but I do know that BBTS has a lot on sale. So maybe I can get some of that. But I do have the Copper Kid. I had a pre-order on that, so I forgot to cancel it. So I do have him. But the vehicle he drove in the cartoon is like $150 on eBay. So that thing's expensive. Oh, sweet. That's awesome. Was there only one season, Dan? 'Cause I don't remember. Was there a season 2? I don't really know. Hey, Asna, what's up, Ronnie? No problem. Thanks for stopping in. Hey, you're working hard. Silverhawks and Galaxy Rangers episodes to watch. Yeah, I've been looking for Silverhawks. I know I've seen them on my Fire Stick channel, and then they could be on YouTube. I'm not sure, but I don't want to watch them out of order. But I wasn't sure if there was a season 2 or. So I don't know. Yeah, I'd like to watch them. I never heard of Galaxy Rangers, but Silverhawks was good. So they just announced a new wave. So, but we'll see where that goes. But I think you all know number 1. And I think it's pretty obvious what number 1 is, and that's the Real American Heroes, G.I. Joe, and got to be number 1. That's my main line. I collect action figures, classified, and the G.I. Joe's number 1. I mean, when I was a kid, I loved it. I mean, some of my favorite episodes, and G.I. Joe was that's the one I never stopped watching as a kid, and my old rings when I was a kid. Apparently, there was only one season of Silverhawks, but they were split into 2 volumes, 65. Well, okay. All right. Thanks, Ronnie. Thanks. Jetman, what's the number 1 classified you want? My favorite character was Mainframe. I can't wait to get Mainframe. So I've seen reviews, Shark Eyes and 3 stars reviews, and he looks awesome, and I can't wait to get Mainframe. And there's a video, 3-star draw made a video of Mainframe making out with Zyrana. So I thought that was kind of funny. I don't know if you guys saw it or not, but I'm a big Mainframe fan. I can't wait to get Mainframe and pair him with Dialtone, and I like Dialtone. But G.I. Joe, I loved the movie. I loved, my favorite season was 86. So I thought, I wish there was a way. I don't know if they could do it. I wish there was a way they could make all the. Yeah, me too, James. I wish there was a way they could make classified versions of all the historic leaders that they put into Serpentor. I don't know if they could do that, or the skeletons or something. Wouldn't that be kind of cool to do like a 6-person box set of like Alexander the Great and Napoleon and whoever's on the list, Vlad Tempe, do that whole scene with Beachhead and in the coffin, and they probably can't. I don't know. Maybe they can't because of rights or something, but that'd be kind of cool to do a 6-wave box set, of skeletons or. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being stupid. It's probably stupid, but hey, you never know. I mean, Hasbro. But we got I don't know. Make a lab and put all their skeletons in a row, and so isn't there like a 6-pack by Mystic Legions? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Doesn't Mystic Legions make a 6-pack of skeletons? You could line them up and say they're like the skeletons of all the great leaders. Not Sun Tzu, because he didn't get in. That one was destroyed, but I don't know. Kind of weird, kind of a weird idea, but I think it's kind of cool. I just got Mindbender, so just kind of bringing up ideas. Right now I'm working on a recreation area for the Joes. I got this little. I put it on. Yeah. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if you saw it good, but yeah. Now he doesn't wear deodorant, James. What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't wear deodorant. That's what I want to talk to you about. Oh, Beachhead. But I guess in the comic books that I never read the comic books, I guess he's not so bad. So. Oh yeah. I got that at Walmart where they keep the NECA figurines. I don't know. It's a wrestling thing. And I saw Legend Series had one. I kind of thought that was a good idea. I was going to use it. For Big Boa, but I decided to use it for Joe's instead. I had this guy pose with it. In my world, he's part of the show, and I had him like this, kicking it. Yeah. But Beachhead's a stinker. But Beachhead. But that's my list. So that's my list. I think yeah, James, I think they did, because if you remember the 86 episode where he went and found all the favorite things of his historic figures, and there was a lot more on there. I don't remember the Cobra guy with the big Cobra. I don't remember him, and Rasputin, and whoever, and Eric the Red, and Genghis Khan, and so yeah, there was a lot. Yeah, thanks. Great list. Thanks. Wouldn't be surprised if Joe wasn't number one on your list. Yeah, Joe's number one on the list. Oh, you would be surprised. Oh, you would be surprised if it wasn't number one. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I would, yeah. Yeah, G.I. Joe's the best. A lot of people don't like Cobra La. I like the Cobra La. I mean, it was different. So I plan on going to Joe Fest if I can next year. So I got my room reserved. See, I'm gonna get out of here. So I'll be back next Tuesday night at 9:30. I'm gonna do my 20 favorite television 1980s television theme songs, and that's gonna be a nice list. Hopefully, you know them all. I miss those TV shows that had great theme songs, and so hopefully you're back. I might have some special guests on with me. I'll save that for a surprise, and then oh, nice, yeah. That cartoon Transformers movie was good. I liked that too. You know, Optimus dying, so they didn't kill Duke. They put him in a coma. I always bring that up, but yeah. So I'm gonna call it a night because I think I'm getting tired. But thanks for all stopping in. I just wanna shout out some things. Some of my YouTube friends. Friday night, Joe A-Raw will be on his Unfiltered live show, and Sunday he does a Sunday Fun Day at 4:00, and then we got Casey and Eric Hilberry and Podcast of the Pit, 8:00 on Saturday mornings, and of course one of the best shows on YouTube, Smoking Joe's, on at 6:00 Saturday night, and I don't know if Ronnie Trickshot has anything planned this weekend. So I'm not sure if I don't know. He hasn't contacted me about it. So thanks for stopping in. Have a good night. And I'll probably see you in chats down the road. So, and friend of mine, Joe Hunter 73, is going to be on Thursday with a friend with Punk on Thursday night at 9. So he's a good guy. So be sure to watch that. So good night. Have a nice night. And just remember, knowing is half the battle. Yo, Joe. I know, Ronnie. Always got something cooking. Probably with Adam, too. So later. Thanks, Eva Dookie.